Okay, hello there. My name is Dr. Beth Foster. I am the director of the Wednesday Night Adapted Physical Education or Activity Program, and I'm also the director of our Adapted Physical Activity Minor. So I'm here today to be able to provide you a little bit of information and an overall background of our Wednesday Night Adapted Physical Activity Program. So thank you for joining me and listening in. So, what is the purpose of the Wednesday Night Adapted Physical Activity Program? Really, the purpose of this program is to empower people with disability through physical activity, sport, movement, fitness, swimming, sport, and it focuses on children in a wide range of places and also ages as well. And specifically, those individuals with disabilities that may need modifications or accommodations within pools, fields, courts, classrooms, sports, or fitness centers in order for them to fully access those environments, but also within the instruction and equipment that's provided for them to be able to be safe and successful when it comes to their motor development and their motor performance. So the history of the Wednesday night program is that it's been at Westchester University for over 30 years. And the ages that we serve are from 5 years of age to 21 years of age. Currently, I think our youngest participant is about 8 years of age. And I believe our oldest is 20 or 21 years of age. And these participants have varying abilities and disabilities, and they're divided into groups based upon age and also ability. So we use all 5 gyms within Sturzbecker to run this program. Typically it's taught by a lead APA, Adaptive Physical Activity Minor, and then also have volunteers, one-on-ones, that support the students that are taking a course called HBE 206. The program typically runs 8 to 10 weeks in both the fall and the spring semester. Typically in spring, we do aquatics and swimming, but due to COVID, we will not be doing swimming this semester. And then weekly progress notes are provided to the families and the parents to keep them up to date on their progress and what was taught and how they're performing throughout. So what disabilities may you see, right? We, based on disability categories within the IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, which there are 14 different disability categories. And so majority of our participants, since they're school age, are going to come to us with one of those disability categories that have been identified within the education system. Primarily, what you're going to see on Wednesday night are individuals with the following disabilities. So they may have intellectual disabilities such as Down syndrome, or they may have autism. They may have a speech and language impairment. We have some participants that have limited verbal language, and that's their area of expressive language. So receptive language, they may be able to understand everything we're telling them. They just have difficulty processing and expressing language. So we may not hear them talk enough, but that doesn't mean that they don't understand what we're saying. And then we do have some participants with orthopedic impairments as well that may utilize a wheelchair or a walker or may have a prosthetic. So program basics, pretty much it runs Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. 5 p.m. is when all the teachers and volunteers come into Gym 1, they grab all their equipment and they start setting up the gyms 1 through 5 within Sturzbecker. 5:45 is when we meet up in Gym 1 and we kind of just do a quick reflection. We'll get all of you checked in and then we'll transition to the main lobby to go ahead and meet the participants and get them checked in. 6 o'clock is when we should be starting instruction in the gyms. We start with a warm-up and then we go into our activity lessons. 7 o'clock, we transition to a quick health lesson and closure. And then at 7:45, all of the volunteers and lead instructors are talking with the families and the parents and guardians about how their session went and the progress that was made. And then 7:15 to 7:45, we're cleaning up equipment, reorganizing the equipment room, putting everything back, and then we do a quick reflection about the session, how it went, and what are some things that we want to address or change for next week. So what are some priorities within this program? One, it's really important that you are prepared and present when you arrive. So I say be in the moment, give your attention to the participants and their families, and be prepared and ready to go for each Wednesday night. Also, communication is huge. Each gym is really going to be able to build their own unit, right? With the lead instructors, with the volunteers, with the athletic trainers. You all are going to kind of be a part of that gym with those participants. We don't rotate anybody through so that you're able to really build that collaboration team throughout the 8 weeks of the program. And also communication is important. If for some reason you're going to be late or absent, that you let your team know and clearly let me know also. Going into communication goes right into teamwork, right? So together you will for sure succeed more than working individually. And it's best to utilize each other and brainstorm ideas. Even looking at other gyms and talking to other instructors in other gyms could also be beneficial to be able to better serve and instruct our participants that come. Safety is always a huge aspect related to this program. So we need to make sure that we're always keeping an eye out, we're looking at equipment and assisting one another. So you're a team, and if you see a ball that's rolling by or a student might step on it, you get to pick it up and move it out of the way. So everyone should be looking at risk assessments related to safety and making sure that we're keeping our participants as safe as possible. Also, staying and being on time is important, right? Making sure that we're pacing the lesson to be able to start right around 6 and to be able to end at 7:15. I don't want you ending early at 7, so we need to figure out how to continue that lesson, add in additional content and activity so that we're ending around 7:10. That gives us about 5 minutes to talk to families and kind of closure with participants. And then the other last priority is just challenging and making sure that we're seeing progress in their skills. So each participant should be able to experience success in their motor skills in the activities. And if not, we then modify or adapt those activities with different equipment, different space, different task requirements to make sure that we're teaching just above their level. So we're challenging them to progress their performance. And then we also want to make sure that we are seeing progress. And if not, we want to make adjustments as needed to make sure that we can see that progress. So if you're interested in minoring in adapted physical activity, and we accept all majors to be able to minor in APA, here are the courses that are needed. The ones that are asterisked are ones that are taken by health and physical education majors already. The other classes are additional. And then we do have a 400 level internship for those that want to be out in the field, do some hours, or maybe do an additional project. So these all the different courses that we offer in both kind of fall and spring. Right now we are offering HPE 205 and 206 in both fall and spring. And then you can see where the other courses are being offered. And we've had lots of students interested in fitness, interested in becoming a pediatric doctor, occupation therapy, physical therapy. So we have a mixed special education of students from different majors that really minor in adapted physical activity, just to gain better knowledge about disabilities. So that's open to everyone. And then just to make sure you have my contact information, you can email me at any time with any questions that you may have, or if you need to reach out. If you're going to be late or you're going to be absent potentially on a Wednesday night, please make sure you contact me as early as possible. So my email is efoster@wcupa.edu. And then my office is on the 3rd floor of Sturzbecker, room 306. And you are always welcome to come stop by, maybe learn a little bit more about the minor, or maybe if you have any additional questions about any of our participants. So thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate the collaboration. Can't wait to see you all on Wednesday night.